The ladies will love this. He is an ex-male stripper. Welcome the very funny Perry Kurtz. Show him some love, ladies. Give it up, my boy Perry.
So just let me introduce myself. My name is Humpty. Pronounce for my Humpty. Yo, ladies, all how I like to pump me. I'm gonna have my top 10. Please allow me to pump me. I'm stepping tall, y'all. And just like Humpty Dumpty, you're gonna fall when the stereos pump me. I like to rap, I like to be funky. I'm spunky, I like my oatmeal lumpy. I'm sick with this. Straight gangster rap. And sometimes I get ridiculous. I'm gonna run the crackers in my direction. I'm a fat girl. Come here, I can take your shit. Come here, I'm skinny. And let me stop me from getting busy. I'm a freak. I like to come with the bull. I want to stop busy and I'm ready to get back with my crazy. I like it to amaze me. They say I'm ugly, but it just don't faze me. I'm still getting in the girl's pants and I even got my own pants. Here's your chance to move on. Come on. Do the Humpty Hump. Come on, let's do the Humpty Hump. Check it out, y'all. Do the Humpty Hump, just watch me do the Humpty Hump. Do your Humpty Hump, do the Humpty Hump. People say you're Humpty, you're really funny looking. That's alright, cause I get things cooking. You stand, you grin, you constantly try to compare me. But you can't get rid of me. I get it in, taking on the floor of me, all the rest of the thinking. But that's ladies, I really get sincere, cause in the 69 my Humpty nose will tickle your rear. My nose is big. I'm not ashamed. Get like a pepper, I'm still getting paid. I get rained by the ladies, you know I'm in charge. No problem living in my nose is large. I get stupid. I get to work and then got it like Luke did. I say I'll do what you like. And if it ain't still, I'm on the same list, but I'm in the biscuit. So looking at I like to write. Okay, I guess it's obvious. I also like to write. All you have to do is get up in the giant and I'm gonna do my thing.
I think I scared a couple people. Well, give yourselves a round of applause. Let's hear it for you guys being here tonight. A round of applause for Carl and Greg and our guests. Let's hear it for the comics up here, warming you guys up to this fevered pitch. Those of you that are awake. So I've been watching you guys, and it just seems like a lot of you think you're at home watching TV. See, this is a live show, and I thought I would point that out. The reason I'm saying this is because a lot of you are not laughing out loud. I'm watching you. It's like you're sitting at home and something's funny, you're sitting there with your hands on your chest, and when it's funny, you're going. Which doesn't do anything for us. See, we work off your laughter. Your laughter tells us how we're doing. We tell a joke, you laugh, we know to keep going on that subject. If you stop laughing, we know to change the subject. So what I want to do is ask you a couple questions. Simple stuff. If your answer is yes, I want you to make it sound very popular in the Deep South. If your answer is yes, I want you to go, ee-haw! All right, see, the women like it already because women just like to make noise. So, on the count of three, go ee-haw as hard and as long as you can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I might keep you guys up over here because you weren't in that one. Let's try it again. This time, make it as hard and as long as you can get it, so to speak. 1, 2, 3. Much better. All right. Now, first question. How many people are seeing me tonight for the first time? Remember, you go ee-haw if your answer is yes. Okay. And how many have never seen me before? I'm confusing a couple people. All right. We'll simplify it. How many people are here tonight? Yeah. How many don't know where you are at this point? And how many really don't give a shit? Now we know what I'm working with. Good. Good. Okay, personal, how many people in the past week have had sex? That was a long delay. Did you notice that? This guy had to think about it before he said yeah. All right, just for the hell of it, how many had sex with another person? Anybody at all out there? You and the guy? Okay, all right, no. Oh, with her, all right. Oh, with her? You don't remember? Well, that's because you sat smooth, you didn't even wake up. These kind of guys got a little one, you say, should I blow or you just use it to floss? I know. It's not big, but it makes him happy, and that's what counts. That's all right. Well, you seem like a good group. Let me tell you a little bit about me. First of all, I want to clear things up. Number one, I am not Larry King's retarded cousin. I am also not Billie Jean King. And I have never worked for Keebler. If you get that joke, fuck you. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Thank you. Some people been to or ever heard of Philadelphia, obviously. Anybody from Philly out here? Over there? Good. So I got a ride home? Okay, good. Such an old joke. No. Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, but there was one thing that sort of says it's really not. The center of the city, on top of City Hall, is a statue of William Penn, the guy who discovered Pennsylvania. But it is not well designed. He's up there holding a scroll in his hand, and from the side it looks like this. Okay, now that's one thing on a sunny day, but what makes it really interesting is on the rainy days. Because the rain runs down the scroll and shoots off it, and it looks like he's pissing on the bank building across the street. One thing is get your friends in there in a convertible. Hey, look, hey, Billy's peeing on your head. All right. So I lived there for a long time, started doing comedy in 74, and in 79 I moved out to San Francisco because there just wasn't any comedy clubs in Philadelphia. And at that time in San Francisco, there were 5 comedy clubs, so you could get up and do a set every night. The only way to get better at this job is to do it in front of a live audience. You can't practice in front of a mirror. So I moved out there, but I couldn't make any money because there was a million comics out there. So I went down to Broadway and I got a job emceeing at a male strip show for women. I had to say for it's women because it's San Francisco, you know, and there's a lot of guys there that, you know, that'll bend over forwards for you. And I got a job there, and that is basically how I became a male stripper. You all right? Funny she didn't gag last time, but no, I'm kidding, she did. But sorry, I'm a dick, I have no control. Yeah, I got a job, I went down, emceed at this male strip show, and I gotta tell you, it was the most fun I think you could ever imagine for 3 years. I was the MC, so I was the host, and after about 2 or 3 months, some women started yelling, take it off, and I realized they were blind, but I learned that women see what's on the inside, whereas guys only look at what's on the outside. They will judge you based on something physical, whether it's your nose, your lips, your teeth, your ears, your feet, your ankle, an elbow, your toes. It doesn't matter. They'll look at you and decide based on something physical that they want to have sex with you. Women look what's on the inside. Women are much smarter than men. Women will at least walk up to a man and say, can you talk? Because they figure if he can talk, he can probably move his mouth. And I can talk all night long. Just saying. So I started doing that. First thing I did was go out and get a G-string. I don't know if you know what a G-string is. It's a little piece of material. Well, in my case, a big piece of material. I'll tell you when it's a fucking joke. And there's an elastic band that goes around the back, but there's 2 elastic bands that go between the legs and go up to crack your butt. And this is not as comfortable as it sounds. Because I found that when I walked up the steps, it would pull the hairs out of my ass. And I just don't like pain in that part of my body, you know? My eyes water after a good dump, but maybe I went too far with that one. Enjoy the nachos. So I did that for about 3.5 years, had more sex than I ever imagined I could possibly have. Because I was the MC, so if they wanted to come in and wanted to do my dancers, which was our term, I had to make sure that the puss was okay. If you know what I mean. So I would take him downstairs. You know, and what was weird is the dances were all on a schedule. I had to set my watch because they would dance for 15, 20 minutes. And it got to the point where I was trained like Pavlov's dog. I would be down there with some woman who was going to do all the dances. My watch would go off, and so would I. And then, oh, gotta go, I'm out of here, I'm out there. But then AIDS came out, and I decided to start going on the road and traveling. I figured I'm going to have to be a real comedian. I can't stay here and strip and just have sex with hundreds of girls. Because what kind of a life is that? God, I miss those days. Yeah, so I started going out, started working on the road. First place I went to travel was the Deep South because I heard people were friendly down there, and it is true. A lot of friendly people down there. A lot of inbreeding. I've met people who were their own parents. Not only can you sleep with a man's sister without pissing him off, he'll thank you for the night off. That's the way they are down there. I was actually recognized in a Denny's for being out of town. I walked by a table and I heard a guy go, "He's from out of town." How do you know? He's walking upright. But they have that accent down there. Did you ever hear a southern accent? "Hi, how are you? Where are you going? What's up?" And I got pulled over in South Carolina for speeding when I still had a San Francisco driver's license. Not a smart thing to do. Cop pulls me over. Gets out, comes walking up to the car. "All right, boy, you're going to let me do goddamn fast road speed limit here. I want to see your driver's license right now." So I put down the window and said, "Excuse me?" He said, "I want to see your driver's license." I said, "Sure, goober. How'd you know my name? What else could it be?" And I passed it to him. He looks, he goes, "All right, let's see. San Francisco, Haight Street, San Francisco. Are you gay?" And I didn't think about it. I looked at him and said, "No, I gag when I brush my teeth." What? This is a one-way valve. So the next morning I'm paying my bail. Realize you don't want to mess with the cops. But I did enjoy it down there. People are very friendly, and they do talk slow. You know, they stretch everything out. Here in the north, as we're called, we're in a hurry. You know, down there, they take their time. They walk slow. They talk slow. They drive slow because they know they live in hell and there's no reason to hurry. So I traveled there for a lot, and I fly all the time. Tomorrow I'm flying out of the airport right here. A lot of people are telling me to be worried because, you know, the little tiny planes, and they are small. I flew up on one, and it's so small that when it comes to beverage service, the pilot opens the door and says, "Anybody want some of this?" That's the way it works up there. You ever been on the big flights where they give you the package of nuts in the adult-proof foil package? You know what I'm talking about? It's made of stainless steel. It's got a little arrow in the corner. You rip and tear in 20 minutes. The arrow comes off in your hand. I'm biting into the package. I'm getting shocks from the foil on the fillings of my teeth. I rip it open. There's 2 nuts inside. I was pissed off. I said to the guy next to me, "Hey, I got 2 nuts." He moved over a seat towards me. Yeah. And now the pilots, they say a lot of them are still drinking when they take off. You ever have a pilot get on the air? "Good morning. Hi. My name's, what? Oh, yeah. My name's Robert is my name." Yeah, that's me. All right, and we're going to be flying this bucket of nuts today at an altitude of 30,000 feet. What? All right, 35,000 feet. What? All right, really fucking high. And we should be arriving in about an hour and a half to 5 hours. So sit back, relax, and where'd you get the joint, man? I'm already fucked up. Yeah, who's gonna know? All right, lock the door. I need a light. Light. Joey, let go to the wheel for a minute. Give me a light, man. Yeah, so sit back and enjoy the flight, dudes. Who's the beloved in Tijuana? So I'm a little bit nervous to fly, but good thing is I'm staying here in the hotel. This place is great. This is nice. It's a very nice hotel. We got some great rooms, and tomorrow they're going to put a door on the room, and I think that's nice. I have stayed in some really bad places. I stayed in a Motel .61. That was really bad. It was right next to the second best inn. It was a shithole. I don't want to say the roaches were big, but you could see their facial expressions. When you come in and they kick the door closed, it's time to change your room. That's the way I look at it. But this is fun. I've been having a great time. Medford turns out to be a great city. Everybody says, oh, it's really boring here. There's really nothing to do. And we went out last night. We danced, met some hot chicks, had a good time. It was a lot of fun. I'm not saying I got laid, but I met some hot chicks. Because, it's not really going to happen. Look at me, it's not easy being sexy when you look like a sloppily rolled joint. That's right, this is not fat, this is solid, this is muscle. You look at me like you don't believe me. All right, I didn't really have to prove this. Dave. Hi, how you doing?
Great.
I want you to help me out while you're down there. Go ahead, touch it. Oh, and she's not afraid to leave her hand there either. All right, is it hard?
It's very hard.
You like it that way?
I love it.
Good for you. Usually they're threatened by the size. Tonight, she's obviously not. Way to go, dude. Oh, man. I'm just so glad to be here. I've been going through a lot of change in my life. A couple years ago, I got my hip replaced. I'm getting up there in age and had a total hip replacement. I got arthritis, and I was so afraid to get the operation done because I actually had a nightmare that I was laying on the table during the operation, and the doctor says, "Nurse, I'm cutting too deep." And she goes, "Why do you say that?" "Because I'm scratching the table." I actually had that dream. So I put it off for 2 years, and instead of getting the operation, which I really should have done, I just kept taking more and more Vicodin. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard of Vicodin. They're kind of popular. Let's put it like this. Vicodin are so popular, you can be in an office or a McDonald's and you open up a bottle of Excedrin. Everybody hears that rattle and they go, "Is that Vicodin?" And Vicodin is a very strong painkiller. I was taking 20 to 30 a day to make the pain go away. I could not feel anything from the waist down. I didn't know I was going to the bathroom. One time I'm at the Improv talking to an agent, and I'm going, "Yeah, well, I'd really like to do the show." And he goes, "What the hell's happening there?" "I think I peed myself. Excuse me." So I went to the hospital, was really nervous about it. Doctor says, "We're going to have to put a catheter into your penis." Now, I don't know if you know what this is. That means they insert a plastic tube into your penis. Now, with ladies, I hear it's not bad, but with guys, I've heard it's extremely painful. So I said, "Well, it's going to hurt." He goes, "Oh, yeah, it's going to smart a little bit." I said, "Great. Well, can you take some Vicodin, crush them up, put them in water, and just like dip my dick in there?" Will that work? He says, "No, that's not really going to work." I said, "Well, how about if you take some Novocaine, put it in a needle, and just squirt it in the end?" And he goes, "We don't have needles that small." Yeah, nice guy. So they did the operation. I wake up, and I was numb from the waist down, and I was walking the next day, but I still had the catheter in. And then they took the catheter out, but I was still numb. And one day I'm laying there in bed, this is like the second day I'm laying there in bed, and I'm like, "God, I feel warm." And I look down and I peed all over myself. Just let it go. I didn't even know, I'm just laying in it. So I pushed the button and they sent out this beautiful little German girl to clean me up. So I sat in a chair in my robe, and I'm sitting there, and she sits down on the floor between my legs and starts wiping me off. And she was gorgeous, beautiful blue eyes, black hair. And she's wiping me off, and she's trying not to look at the significant area. So it's like this, she's going. And as she's wiping, I looked at her and I said, "So how you like your new gig here, huh?" And she's like, and she ran out there crying. So I left, I got on crutches for a while, and then I got a cane, and then after 3 weeks I lost the cane. That night I made a joke that, "Yeah, I lost my cane, but I was just using it as a crutch." And the audience just went. Yeah, they didn't laugh either. So I'm just glad that I'm out, because now I can dance, I can go out and party, I don't do any pills anymore. I don't drink alcohol. I do smoke a little marijuana. I did have to stop about an hour ago. Because they won't let you smoke in the building. Where the potheads at go? What? All right, this section over here. All right. And How many people are extra marijuana? Raise your hand so I know to follow to the car. One guy right here. Good. All right. Yeah. I started smoking back in '68, and if you do smoke, I don't care if you're a fucking genius. When you smoke, you are stupid. You will smoke a bunch of joints with a bunch of friends, drive home from a party, and pull up at a stop sign and wait for it to turn green. Your friends are going to be screaming, and you're going to be arguing, it's still red. Never smoke a joint and go food shopping. I did this once. I spent $135 and all I got was butter. I ate a lot of popcorn that week. You ever call somebody up on the phone and just before they answer, you forget who you were calling? And you instantly feel like they're on drugs? Hello? Who's this? Did you call me? I called you. What did I want? So I'm trying to improve the quality of my life. Nothing sets me apart from a lot of comedians. I've been married to the same woman for 22 years in a row. Thank you both. And you know it's weird, usually when I say that, women will applaud, and I can't tell if they're really happy for me or just glad I'm off the fucking street. I really don't know. But I met my wife online in 1990, in the days before pictures, before color, when it ran so slow that the letter would build itself dot by dot. Instead of going, it goes. So if you were to like to type a P, it would go. You had time to go to the bathroom, take a dump, and come back. That's how long it took. But I figured I was never going to meet her, so I was lying. I typed, I'm 7'5", blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm so well endowed, I'm not even using my fingers to type. Then I hit 3 keys at once. She types back, I'll bet you're a fat little Jew. And I do admit that I am Jewish. I'm not a good Jew. I don't eat anything kosher. In fact, my wife is Methodist. Thank you for getting that joke. I hate explaining it. So she came over, we fell in love, and she moved in after a while, and when she moved in, she brought her kids with me. I didn't know she had children, so I went to her house one day, and I said, who are these kids running around? She goes, I forgot to tell you, I got kids. And I heard, which was me running out the fucking door. Because, you know, guys will tell you, they don't want to get involved with a woman that has children, you know, the baggage issue. My wife owns fucking Samsonite, I swear to God. But she had 3 little kids, they were 1, 6, and 7. They were attractive, they were smart, they didn't look anything like me. And at that time, there was a law in LA about trolls reproducing. And they didn't have a father, so I vowed to be their father. So I asked all 4 of them to marry me at dinner, and then when we got married, they all said I do. And yeah, it was kind of nice. And then when it got to me, I like an asshole. He said, do you do? I said, I already did. What the hell? Okay, I'm here. And my wife will never forgive me for that. So they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And my wife tells me something a little bit later on about almost 9 years ago. She takes me in the bedroom and says, I got to tell you something, honey. You're either going to be happy or not. I said, what? She says, I'm pregnant. And I looked at her and said, any idea who the father is? She goes, that's 1. And I go, well, how far along are you? She said, I'm 5 weeks late. I said, well, can't you just like take a 5-week after pill? And she goes, that's 2. Don't push your luck. So she got bigger and bigger, and her breasts got bigger and bigger, and that's where the issue is. My wife has got gigantic breasts. Now, is there anybody here that doesn't like looking at titties? Anybody here? What? You don't like looking at titties? I was going to say, what kind of fag are you? You don't like big titties?
Man, boo. Let's sit over here.
Yeah, okay. Why? So you can look at his titties? What the hell is going on at this table? You're just a flip-flopper. You're bisexual. You'll screw anything with a hole, aren't you? Give him a piece of warm liver. He's happy. That's all right. I don't. Apple pie? That's okay. There you go. A little cream sauce. I get it. Okay. Well, my wife has got very large breasts. They are very large. They are so big she will bend over a table and dust without wanting to. They are so big she has smaller breasts orbiting around them. They are so big, there are actually 2 comedians in Los Angeles doing jokes about how big my wife's breasts are. And they got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and that was the problem. Because when they get to be that size, and they were 45 triple Gs. They're called triple Gs because when you see them, you go, geez, those are big titties. The problem is each one weighed like 12 pounds. You know, she eventually got round shouldered because of the weight of them. One time we were making love, and I was on the bottom because I'm a man, I'm a lazy piece of shit, and she's rocking back and forth, and I look up, I open my eyes, and I see one of her breasts coming at me in slow motion. Knocked me the fuck out. I wake up 10 minutes later, she's laying there on her side, smoking a joint. She goes, you know what? You're pretty good in your sleep. And I had a revelation. I said, this is wonderful. This is what I and every man has ever dreamed of. If we can have sex without waking up, we got it made. How many times you live with a woman, she wakes you up, honey, come on, let's have sex. I just tell her, go ahead, wake them up, let me know when you're finished. The bottom line is, I wound up with a black eye. I didn't know it. I woke up next morning, I couldn't see out my eyes. So I go to the comedy club. I went over to one of the clubs down there, and I go walking in, my eyes black, and all the comics, of course, they said, what happened, pussy? Your wife beat you up? I said, no, she hit me in the face with one of her tits. And they're all going, yeah, you're full of shit. And 3 comedians came over and said, no, I've seen her tits. He's lucky he's not dead. But now she's gotten older. Now the gravity has taken effect. Now when she sits, they literally sit right on her legs. They just stretched out like big old water balloons. So it's fun because she can tie them in a knot, throw them over her shoulder like an old soldier. And so she got bigger and bigger, and eventually, it was like 6 weeks before the baby was going to be born, she got that vein in the front of her head started popping out. Looked like it was going to be a finger, and I took her to the hospital. She was in pain. Doctor says, we got to get her in there, and we got to get the baby out in 20 minutes or your wife is going to die. 20 minutes. And I said, all right, can I have about 20 minutes to talk about this? You guys are going to have to break up, really. The love between you two. She's just, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm staying over here for the rest of the show. So they take her in, they sedate her, they put a big plastic sheet over her, in front of her neck, will stand up. So that, I guess that's so if something happens, she can't identify anybody. I'm not sure why they do that. And they got her legs up in this garb. And when I come in, he had already cut her from hip to hip. She had this giant gash. Okay, now she had 2 of them. But the thing is, yeah, my wife doesn't like that joke either. I know you do. So I walk in and the doctor's in there. He's got his hands in there like he's looking for a watch in a dumpster. And he's talking to the nurses like nothing's going on. Yeah, so what'd you do this weekend? Really? You went to Vegas? No, that's not it. Really? Budget? No, use Enterprise. I'll give you, that's a spleen. No, I'll give you my card. You know, like nothing's going on. Finally finds her, picks her up, he goes, oh, congratulations, it's a girl. I went, great, and he picks her up, and they go and they put her on the table. And he says, all right, would you like to cut the cord? Now, I assumed that the cord, because it's flesh, is going to be soft, and it's going to be easy to cut. But it's not. It's kind of like the cable, the cord that comes out of the bottom of your garbage disposal. It's got steel going through it. And I go to cut it, not knowing, and this is what happened. I'm chasing it around her stomach for 5 minutes. I turn around, the doctors and nurses are laughing. There's one nurse with a camera go, we got another one! Ah! They're high-fiving each other. So we take her home, and she was fine. She was laying in the bath, and then I think it was like 3 weeks later, and I walked through the living room, and I hear, so I go out and I come back. I'm thinking the devil is in my apartment. Because that's what the devil sounds like. He always sounds like, I am the devil. I think it would be great if he was gay just once. Hello, I'm the devil. I'm going to take your soul. We're going to do it with my tail. You know, I just think that would be awesome. Turned out my daughter Bella had gas. So she got bigger and she grew up. Now she's 7 years old and she's absolutely gorgeous. And I know that because when I take her out, women come up all the time and say the same thing. Your daughter is so pretty. Your wife must be stunning. I was there, okay? Maybe only 10 seconds, but give me a little credit. And I gotta tell you folks, I was really surprised when she told me she was pregnant because she was on the pill. I really didn't want kids. When her kids were growing up, I want to have some time to myself. I said I'm getting older. And I didn't think I could have children because of my age. At that time, I was 53 years old when I got her pregnant. She was on the pill. So obviously I have a very large ego. I was going to say penis, but you know, it's only 3 inches. Most women don't like it that thick, so I don't usually mention it. But I really didn't think I could get her pregnant. I didn't think I had anything left inside me except dust. I mean, when I masturbate, nothing but air comes out. So it's just like, that's all there is. Just, okay, enough to turn the ceiling fan, but that's all that comes out. So now she's going to be 8 years old in November. I'm 61 years old. Thank you very much, and I have all my hair. Thank you. Yes, bald guys are going, boo, fuck you, yeah, well. It's all right, I can't grow a beard, that's okay. And you know who tells me about my hair? Guys always complain about my hair. It's usually guys that are taller than me and bald always tell me, wow, you got good hair, you got too much hair. Then just before I left town last Wednesday, I went to get a haircut at a barber I used to go to, and she raised her price by $5. I said, well, just give me a $10. And I'm not really happy about the haircut because I got like this landing strip in the middle here. Here's a hint. Before you get a haircut, don't ever tip your barber with bath salts. Okay, because she's naked, she's chewing on my face and just cutting away. You know. Bath salts. You never heard about the bath salts? People get naked, then they kill people, or they eat them while they're alive. It's all right if you eat somebody when they're alive, but they're supposed to enjoy it. That's the difference. So I'm having a good time. I'm glad I'm here. Let's just turn to review. Anybody celebrating any birthdays, getting married, got your period, anything going on out there? What's happening over there? Your birthday? And your name, ma'am? Evelyn. Well, happy birthday, Evelyn. Is this your family over here? Your kids, they took you out? No? Just some young guy you're banging? He goes, and they're going, yeah! Get him, Mom! Rip him up! Well, that's good. I mean, you should, you know. What the hell, you know. Do it while you can, because eventually things close up on you, you know, and then you got to go in and work it out there. Just a thought. Anybody else celebrating? You guys over here? What's going on at this table? We got a bunch of couples back there. What are you guys doing together?
We're just hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Yep.
All right. Well, thank God you got one person that can talk. I noticed there's a lot of couples. That's good. Are you guys all paired off back there?
Yeah.
Any single women in the group?
What?
No? All right. Here comes a couple bitches now. All right. Yeah. They're with this guy, so obviously he's got a lot of money, big dick.
Not the money. No, I don't have money.
No money? All right. You ain't got a big dick either, Whitey. He must have him convinced, or else he's got drugs. That'll get him, you know. Women have drugs. Yeah, I am just glad to be here. Things are just getting so weird for me. You know, now I'm flying back to LA tomorrow, looking forward to seeing my daughter. And she has really been the best thing in my life. I just never imagined she could be so cool. But she's like me. She does stand-up comedy with me. She writes her own jokes. She'll just write them on the spot. Give you an example. Her first joke is, why did the chicken cross the road? He was tired of being cooped up. Not bad. She was 6. Second joke, why was the skeleton afraid to cross the road? He had no guts. You know, so she writes jokes like it, but she's a smart ass. You know, she's got something to say. When she was like 6 years old, I came out of the bathroom, almost knocked her over. She was, Dad, you scared the crap out of me. I said, baby, you really can't say that. What? You can't say crap. I can't say crap. No, please don't say that anymore. Why is crap a bad word? Yes, it's a bad word. Stop saying, you scared the shit out of me. Stop, honey, please. Don't say shit either. Motherfucker, will you please stop? Please, stop it. God! No, don't do that. Well, why can't I say it? I said, because you're a little girl. She said, oh, I forgot. I'm a little girl, and you're a comedian. You can say whatever you want. Yeah. I just walked out of the room. You can't argue when they're right. We were in a karaoke club and they had a new manager in there, and they let us stay usually till 9:30 or so, and they stopped serving food. And the new guy came over at 9 o'clock, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but you're a little young, you guys are gonna have to leave." And she looks up and he goes, "Well, that's bogus!" And the guy goes, "I'm really sorry, man. Stay as long as you want." He walks away going, but she is just the best. We were in a club one night and some woman walks up to me and walks up to her after she sang and she says, "Darling, you're so cute. Your parents must be so proud." She goes, "Oh, yes, they are." And then I walk over and she goes, "Is this your grandpa?" And she looks at the lady and goes, "Lady, that's a bad way to start a conversation." Yeah, so my daughter got me laid. I think it's great. Well, see, I broke up with my wife. We've been separated now for 2 years. And so I'm not really dating, once in a while. I'll meet a woman, she'll fall asleep with her mouth open. And no, usually they don't fall asleep. Yeah, I am dating, so if there are any women here that are, single and you've thought about becoming gay, I think I'm pretty much the information you need to make a decision right there. Actually, I had that happen to me. I was in a gay and lesbian bar in LA, and I was standing there, and a woman walked up to me, looked just like Michael Moore. And she says, "I've never seen you here before." And I said, "I've never been here before." And she goes, "Oh, you're a man." I'm doing what I did then. I didn't know how to react to that. Should I said yes? Should I said no? My friend said, "Oh, you should have played along." He said, "No, you're a lesbian." I go, "Yeah, it's my luck. I'll go home with her. She'll pull her pants down. She'll go, 'Now you suck this, buddy.'" It was going to be too much like that. Just wasn't up for that. But now I'm going back to LA. I'm going back tomorrow. Actually looking forward to get back there. And LA's a cool city. They got everything down there. But the one thing, I don't know if you have it up here, if you're ever in a bar and there are English people and Australians in the same bar, stay away from them because they get in fights all the time. They hate it that people think they sound alike. And they really don't. Australians are very energetic. They're always happy all the time. They're ready to party. They're like, "Hello, mate, want to have a good time? Want to have a party? Look, I brought a crocodile. He's a beauty." But the English people think about everything. Before it comes out of their mouth, there's a thought process. There could be a problem. You're in bed with an Englishman, and just before he gets to that moment of passion, he looks down at you and goes, "Oh, I do believe I'm arriving." Chinese and Japanese don't sound alike either. They're similar, but there's different energies. Chinese, a lot like the Australians, are very excited. They start out, they're thrilled at the beginning of the sentence, then they sort of lose their energy and their desire to finish. It's like, Japanese, they're full energy. They think through the brick. There, you got to be careful with the Japanese because they don't hold back. There, you're in bed with a Japanese man, and he gets to that moment of passion, and he looks down, and as sweetly as he can, and he looks at you and goes, "I love you," and you shit the bed. So there's things to be careful about. Please be careful. Now, I know we got a lot of couples. Let's find out a little bit more about you. How many people here will openly admit they're in love? Just 3 people in the whole room, okay? And how many people are just using each other? That whole table back there just banging away. All right. It's all right. If you're going to have sex, please use condoms. I believe in them completely. I wear them all the time. Got one on right now. It's kind of neat because when I walk, it slides up and down. It feels like I'm never alone. That's why I smile while I'm pacing. You don't want to see me run in place. Been making the colors. How sexy is green? Honey, is that your weenie or a gherkin? I want to get some black ones. That way my dick looks bigger. Well, you know, that's a rumor. I've been in the men's room. I've gone to a lot of games, been in the men's room with some black men, and I've seen the penises, and they're not all darker. But you ladies, at least when you go to the bathroom, you get yourself individual toilets. We get urinals, sometimes different heights. Here, you can tell that this is a biracial club, that they have white and black people in this club because of the heights of the urinals in there. They have the ones up here for the white guys, and they have the ones way down here for the black guys, so their dick doesn't hang in the water. I like walking into a black club and walking right up to the low one and freaking them out. What the fuck? Water's cold, man. Yeah. Now you get condoms with ribs. I think that's great because I'm always hungry after sex. I just made a believer out of him. Yeah. The sauce is a little runny, but otherwise, I love that sound. I've been doing comedy for 40 years. It's one thing to get a laugh out of a crowd, but if you can actually get somebody to groan during your show, to me that's killing. My goal was to be playing a dinner theater and get a woman to pass a piece of sandwich right through her nose. Yeah, they make condoms with reservoir tips. Why would anybody want to save this stuff? I gotta grow some at half price. Cut the tips off. They're much more comfortable that way. Now they make tampons for women in a hurry. Have you heard about these? Yeah, they come with a shoot-in applicator, and they're called tampoons. If you really want to bang a leg, try the new Tampedos. They'll be out real soon. Yeah, I don't know. So what's going on the night after the show here? What's happening in this town? Anything? Nothing? This is it? I'm just going to hang out with Mom over there. It's her birthday. And, all right, Mom, just you and me? Yeah, have you ever had sex with a Jewish guy? No, so this will be the first time? You look fine. You got some big old titties, too. I like that. I like that. It's bouncing when she laughs. I like that. Yeah. I love titties. Yeah, I want to touch on titties for a minute here.
Yes, please.
I don't know if you guys are like me, but maybe you're like me and you're getting tired of not being allowed to look at them. You know what I mean? Women know that we are suckers. They know we're stupid. They know that we look at them all the time. So what do? They dress them up. They lift them up. They push them together. They unbutton their shirt so there's a little bit of hair sticking out down here. And then when we look at them, they get pissed off.
Yeah!
What the fuck is that about? Well, they're there, but we can't look. And you walk up and a woman will say, hey, what are you looking at? I'm looking at them. Why are you looking at them? They were just looking at me. WTF? I don't get it. Guys are not like this. If a man's walking around with his penis hanging out, he wants you to look at it. And you know guys are very thrilled with their penises. They are so proud. How many times you go to bed with a guy for the first time, you're laying in bed, he strips down, he's standing at the base of the bed, completely naked except for the black socks, which they pull all the way up, and he's standing there waving it at you. Like this is a magical trick. You're just laying there going, just fuck me and let me go to sleep, please. You know, if the guy could go like this, maybe we're talking. But you women, you know this. And you know why we look at big titties? I'll tell you why. It's because the first time we get a meal, it comes from a titty 6 times the size of our head. So we grow up thinking that's the way it's supposed to be. Hey guys, you know, we like to look at them. They don't have to be big. Guys will tell you they don't care if they're big or small. I really don't care what size a woman's breasts are, as long as she has nipples. Preferably no more than 2. Because I had a friend went out with a woman, she had a 3rd nipple between the other 2, right in the middle between her breasts. I said, what was it like? He said, I freaked out, I didn't know where to start. What do you mean? He said, so, you know, there's got to be a problem. I said, what was it like? He goes, it was like this. But we love them. You could be married to a man for 2 minutes as you walk out of the church. A woman with large breasts will walk by and his head will spin around just to look at her. And that's all he'll see. You can even say, did she have nice eyes? He'll go, eyes? Did she have eyes? She had big hooters, I saw those. And here's the thing that gets me. When you dress up, even when you got them out there and they're showing, we can't see your breasts. All we can see is the space in between there. It's called negative space. It's area that doesn't exist. There's nothing there. It's space. I mean, you could draw a black line on there and be flat as a board, and guys would go, hey, look, she's got tits somewhere. Where the hell? I don't see them. And God help you if your nipples are hard. Then a guy thinks that that's like a boner. Look, her nipples are hard. She's looking. No, it's just fucking cold, you idiot. All it is. Now women are making bigger fools of us. They're getting tattoos on them. Have you seen them? I call them titty tats because they're so cute. Little flower, little Pegasus on the other one. And I was in the market, I was in a Safeway, and there's like an 18-year-old girl checking out the food. And she's leaning over. When they see an old guy, they always fuck with us. So she's checking out. She's leaning all the way over. And she looks up, and I'm standing there like this. And she says, what are you looking at? I said, I'm looking at your titty tats. She goes, what? I said, the tattoos on your breasts. She goes, these? I go, you got another set of breasts I don't know about? And she goes, oh, these? I said, yeah. She said, why are you looking at them? I said, why'd you get them? She said, for attention. I said, you're getting the attention, now check the fucking food. Now women are getting tattoos on their butts. Have you seen these? They get on the back, they get them everywhere, but on their butt it's usually like straight across, and then it comes down like a triangle into the crack of their butt. I'm in a store, the lady's bending over, I'm looking at the tattoo on her back. She says, what are you looking at? I said, I'm following directions. I don't know, I just seem to get in trouble every time I open my mouth. A couple years ago, right after I had the hip replacement, I went over to Japan and Korea, played for the military guys, and the ladies over there are service people, and they were great. They just made me feel good. In fact, everybody raise your glass for the military. Let's all have a quick drink together. This is to all the military people keeping our country safe. Now order another fucking drink, you cheap Jews. I'm saying that because I'm a Jew. But when I went over to Japan, and I went through the airport, my hip set off the alarm. And it's not just like beep, 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 beep. No, lights go off, and I was surrounded by a bunch of cops with their guns out. And I said, I have an artificial hip. And they sent over this beautiful little Japanese police officer. He was just gorgeous. But you going to pee? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. You guys go. We'll wait for you.
What are you doing after the show? Says the spider to the fly.
I'm putting cement in my butthole. That's what I'm doing. Boy, like tearing out. Stop it, boys, please. So I'm in the airport, and they sent her this beautiful little Japanese policewoman about this long. She goes, would you please come with me? And I went, yes, I would. And she said, over here. So I go over there. She says, stand up, please spread your legs. I went, whatever you say, David. So I spread them. And she says, put your arms up. I went, yes, ma'am. And what they do over there is they feel the seams. They don't look here, but they look where the clothing is folded over, where the seams are. That's where the terrorists put the explosive. So she's patting down my back, you know, woohoo! And then she gets in front of me and kneels down in front of me. I'm in the airport like this, and I have this beautiful little Japanese woman with her head right here. So now I'm in the airport like this. And she starts feeling down the outside of my pants, and then she starts coming up the inside, and with her left hand she lifts me. And with her right hand she puts it in the crack of my butt. At this point I'm like this. And she's just feeling around in there, and she gets done, she stands up, she goes, everything is good. And I went, no, everything is wonderful. And she says, you may go. I go, I don't want to. So I went in the bathroom, I parted my hair on the side, changed my shirt, and went back 3 more times. Because I've been married to the same woman for 20 years. Yeah, they were great over there. The military guys are great. Man, they know how to party. They really. You know, you think you guys get drunk. They just get drunk and call their own cops to pick them up. They come by forklifts, pick them up 20 at a time and dump them in the back of the truck. Oh, real quick, I want to plug the waitresses here. Well, not literally. No, because I would spoil them. You know the old saying, once you go black, you never go back? My saying is, once you go Jew, you buy something new. And the bitches love that shit. So please tip them heavily. Well, I'm going to start wrapping up. I got to get out of here. I got another show coming up in February. And let's see where we're at. What I want to do before I go, I want to do a fun thing. I want to tell a story, and I can't do this alone. I need a female volunteer from the audience to come up here. I promise you, we'll have the most fun you ever had in 5 minutes. Can I get a lady volunteer? Any women out there willing to come up here?
There she is, right there. Yeah.
All right, you standing up. Come here. Come on. Come back here. Come on, don't be a pussy. Come on back here. Come on. Hi there. Come on up. Hi, what's your name? All right, Sharon. What we're going to do, we're going to tell a story together. I'm going to do the talking, and you're going to be my arms. Okay, so just be normal, everyday stuff, all right? You haven't had enough to drink? Well, I'll get you a couple when I'm done. All right, so come stand back to me. Just come stand back. Slip your arms through underneath my arm. There we go. Oh, you're firm. Okay, now, you want to be real expressive. Like if I were to say bye-bye, how would you say bye-bye with your hands? Okay, that's going to have to do. All right, well, you want to try and get into it. Just relax, loosen up and play with it, because I'm going to get playing no matter what happens. So just have a good time, all right? You ready? Okay. This morning I was laying in bed sleeping with my hands under the pillow, which is right next to my head. My hands are under the pillow, right next to my head. Act out like you're my hands now. Put your hands under the pillow. Okay, I was just laying there, and all of a sudden my alarm went off, and it scared me, and I jumped. So I reached over and I shut off the alarm, just smacked it off lightly, and I got up out of bed and I stretched a little bit. And then, of course, I scratched myself. Yeah, that was real safe, wasn't it? So I took my shirt and I pulled it on. I pulled my shirt on. There we go. And then I pulled up my pants. Okay, and I guess I'm a farmer today. And I go walking down the hall. I'm walking down the hall. Move your hands like we're walking. Okay, I'm through. I'm dancing down the hall. And I go into the bathroom and I feel my face to see if I need a shave. I feel my face to see if yeah, okay, just on the sides. And a little bit on the chin there. All right, down the neck and my ears. All right, so I picked up a can of shaving cream and I shook it up. And I sprayed it in my hands and I rubbed it on my face. There we go, very gently. And the ears, of course. There we go. And I picked up the razor and I shaved my face. There we go. Just a little tiny stroke. Small and gentle. So about 30 minutes later, I'm done shaving. And I go walking into the kitchen. I'm walking. Real dorky like. And I take the pancake mix out of the refrigerator and I pour it in the frying pan. I pour the pancake mix in. Okay, one giant pancake. And I start cooking it, and I'm cooking the pancake, and I'm watching it burn. And so I took the spatula, there we go, and I flipped it finally, and it's done. I put it on the plate, start cutting it up and eating it, and I'm just shoving it right in my mouth as fast as and I started to feel really full. Oh, my stomach. Oh, there it is. And I felt like I was going to throw up, just like, ugh. I was kind of going, oh, that's good. So I picked up the phone to call the doctor, and I dialed this number. It has this little tiny dial on it, so it's a very, very old phone. And the doctor says, get down here right away. So I hang up the phone, and I'm driving down to the doctor's office on my motorcycle. There we go. There we go. So I'm barreling down the highway, and some guy keeps cutting me out, and I get really angry, and I figure I'll show him just how angry I am. So I showed him how angry I was. I ignored him, you know, turn the other cheek. That's what I always say. Don't let them know they got you. So I get to the doctor's and I screech to a halt. I screech to a halt. I always pop a wheelie when I stop. There's another one. And I go waddling into the doctor's office and he says, well, I need one more thing. I said, what's that? He said, fill up this cup. So I took the cup in my left hand and I went into the bathroom, I pulled down my zipper, I took it out and I filled up the cup. I think we've gone as far as we need to with this lady. I've been around with my talented assistant. Oh my God, that was great. You see the credit she gave me? You see that? The gas pump port came all the way up to here. Wow, either she could tell it's a monster or that's just what she's used to. Oh God, you were great. I've done that with a lot of women, and I gotta tell you, you're the best I ever had. You really were. Yeah, no, you probably hear that all the time. But no, you were great. Thanks. And my favorite part is when you were laughing. Well, I gotta get out of here. I want to mention I do have some DVDs for sale. They're $10 a piece. I got 2.5 hours of me doing live stand-up shows like this, a 45-minute show, different stuff. Me on many different TV shows, me sitting in with live bands and doing what I'm going to do right now, and some videos of my daughter. So if you want to let me know, I'll be in the back. I'll even make you a deal. So talk to me about that. I also got a website called Perry Funny. Look me up, send me your email so I can let you know when I'm coming back. And now I'd like to do some rap for you. So if you're ready with that, hit clean out my closet, and here we go. Coming any second now. Here it comes. Coming right now. Here it comes. You hear that all the time. Take a pee. I don't get it, man. What the hell is wrong with me? You go into the bathroom to take a little leak. Let's all go open up the door and take a little leak. Could be upsetting, won't be able to go. He'll say, man, I'm so fun running up the middle of that show. But that's alright, cause he's a little strange anyway. So he was sitting here with the other guy, I'm not sure what's going on, but I thought I'd put you guys right into my song. I'm not saying you're gay, but I could be wrong. Now over here we got your lady, how you girl doing there, huh? She gave me a thumbs up, maybe she actually cares. I don't know if I got any chance at all, if I'm going to get laid, the chance is really fucking small. Try to put any pressure on to try to go fast, and people don't like what I say. You can kiss my ass because tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. Now, I think down here in that when I get up to my show and I got up this one empty table, I'm like, what the fuck's going down there? I get no one came, but I'm glad that you did. And now I'm up here trying to do the best that I did. And now I'm looking around the way she says, yo, well, let's get this, let's fall. They want you to pay up so they can make the money from you all. So tip them heavily, be nice, be sure that you help them. So please tip the waitresses because I'm trying to fuck them. No, I'm not. I really can't do that. But if I did, that would be THT fact. So I'm just trying to do exactly what I do. I like to get up and do a song all about you. Did you drop your napkin? It fell on the floor. Will you put it in between your feet? Well, I'm definitely not bored. I think it's nice. It's kind of like a flagery there. And now she's covering her face like she actually cares. And now, here goes the waitress. She goes, we're going to get that from you. He says, sure, go ahead and ring it up. I'll be back when you do. She'll be back. Make sure you tip her. Don't write on the check. Give her cash. It's better. I say, hey, what the heck? How's it now, mama? saying, well, boy, what the hell is it gonna be? I'm not really sure. Hey, I don't really care. I'm trying to keep this lady from falling asleep over there. Look at you, got your hands on your face and you're ready to nod. And then we got the guy who went to the bathroom who's also really hot. But he'll be back soon. I don't know what he got up, but I guess he had to go and maybe that's enough. So I keep rapping and doing it. If people say I'm sick, if you don't like what I say, you can. I thought you did it, but you did not. I guess I'll do it to the bottom and take me to the top now. Living in the other room, there's people sitting at the bar that leave me to go, what the hell's going on, man? Did you go that close? Did you go so far? I don't care what I say. I don't even give a shit what I do. But I get up every night and this is what I do for you. And so I came down here. I want to have a good time. You guys were fucking amazing. You actually blew my mind. I'm so glad I came to Medford. I've had a really good time tonight. So I just got a woo from the lady over there. I think that's wooing you. Woo! And I think it's not fair for the other girls to be left out. So all the four of you give me a woo. Oh, I love she did the training like that. That was kind of nice. I think that was in training. I'm not sure. That's all right. I'm trying to be white. Hey, I'm trying to do the very best that I can do. You guys have been an amazing amount of fun. My name is Kurtz. I hope to see you guys again. Have yourself a good night. Remember, a lot of people will be driving drunk, so if you are driving tonight, drive as fast as you can. It's much harder for the hitch. I've been very Kurtz. You guys have been wonderful. Thanks a lot.
Keep it going with Perry, guys. Show Perry some love. Thank you, Perry.